On this show, Otterbein's homecoming weekend is right around the corner.
I'm Bailey Ross. Also this week, find out about the first ever Otterbein debate happening next week. But first, if you have yet to RSVP to the Young Alumni Awards, you should do so this week. This year, be inspired by the Honorable Six Distinguished Alumnae during homecoming on Friday, September 25th at 6 p.m. at Roush Hall. Come hear the inspirational stories of a neuropsychologist, a community leader, and a biotech researcher, an actress, a women's rights activist, and a mentor to underserved youth. All are amazing Otterbein Young Alumni Award honorees. RSVP to Lori Draper at ldraper@otterbein.edu by Friday, September 18th to be inspired by these young alumnae. The entire campus community is welcome to attend.
It's homecoming season again, and with that comes the annual homecoming parade kicking off at 10 a.m. on Saturday, September 26th. Parade route starts on 60 College View, heads east on West Main Street, right on West Street, left on Park Street, and then left onto Grove Street. It ends in front of the campus center. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., stop by the Otterbein Staff Assembly Arts and Craft Bazaar. Shop to your heart's desire with more than 20 vendors selling their handmade wares, food, and fun on the shaded north lawn of Towers Hall. At 12 p.m., come visit with your Greek alumni family and enjoy some food at the Greekville tailgate on the library lawn. After that, support your Cardinals at the homecoming football game against Wilmington at Memorial Stadium starting at 2 p.m. At 5:30, join President Crendell and the class of 90 celebrating their 25th reunion at the class of 90 25th reunion tailgate in front of the Howard House. Be sure to check out all the events at www.otterbein.edu/homecoming.
The second annual Kyle Miller Memorial 5K Run/Walk is taking place Saturday, October 4th. The run is in honor of former Otterbein student-athlete Kyle Miller. The race will be held at Hilliard Municipal Park. Registration is $15 for students and $25 for adults, with proceeds going to the Kyle Miller Memorial Scholarship for juniors and seniors with a passion for zoo and conservation science programs. To register, go to the Kyle Miller Memorial Fund webpage and click on the 5K online entry form.
Have you ever wondered where it would be like if you were if Otterbein Otters instead of Cardinals? This has been a question many students have had throughout the years. Well, be sure to find out more about this topic by tuning in to the first Otterbein debate taking place next week. Jay Corbett met with Otterbein's debate coach, Susan Millsap, to find out more.
The Cardy versus Otter debate is only 6 days away in the John Thomas Ludlam Lounge. The debate team will be discussing which mascot we should have, Otto the Otter or Cardy the Cardinal. Susan Millsap, who runs the debate team, thinks this is a great benefit for the team.
Well, I think it benefits the debate team in just exposure. Down here in art and communication, sometimes people forget we're here, and so when Mark Pfeiffer from Otterbein TV approached us with this idea to have this debate, we were very happy that he did, and are enjoying the entertainment value of a campus disagreement that has been around for decades.
Susan Millsap thinks this event will prepare her debate team for when they go against other universities.
Well, I think it just gives them practice, number one, of formulating arguments and supporting them, and in not always the traditional way.
The debate team is looking to showcase what they got on September 23rd at 6 p.m. This is Jay Corbett, This Week at Otterbein.
Join us on Wednesday, September 23rd, starting at 6 p.m. in the Art and Communication Building's John Thomas Ludlam Student Lounge. If you can't make it down to the Communications Building, be sure to catch the debate live at otterbein.tv and or listen in on 97.5 FM WOBN and WOBN.net. This is also an FYE-approved event, and be sure to attend.
Star Wars in before The Force Awakens comes out in theaters? Well, on this week's Tech Time with Jay Corbett will give you the app that connects Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, with The Force Awakens.
Welcome back to Tech Time with Jay. I'm Jay Corbett, and today we're going to be talking about a Star Wars game that's going to be taking place in between Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and the new movie that's coming out, Star Wars The Force Awakens. The game is called Star Wars Uprising, a mobile game that you can get on iOS or your Android device. So let's take a quick look at Star Wars Uprising, shall we? In Star Wars Uprising, you can choose from a wide range of abilities, species, visual customizations, and classic Star Wars gear to to become the next Han Solo, Boba Fett, or an entirely unique hero of your own design with a unique open class system. You can join players worldwide in massive sector battles to dictate the expansion of in-game content, including new planets, exclusive gear, higher level caps, and unique crew members. This is the first ever mobile game in the Star Wars universe that actually does take place between Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. You can explore the secrets of the sector by building a powerful cartel of allies, and you can play alongside friends in synchronous cooperative play. You can battle your way through missions on Hoth, Cloud City, and more, fighting against powerful bosses led by an ominous new adversary. Well guys, that's Star Wars Uprising for you, a new mobile game that should quench your Star Wars thirst before the next Star Wars game comes out, which in fact is Star Wars Battlefront 3. So if you guys haven't pre-ordered that yet, probably should. But if you don't feel like pre-ordering that game and you just want a free mobile game that can get your Star Wars vibe going, then this is the Star Wars game that you should get. I'm Jay Corbett with Tech Time with Jay today. Have a great week and go Otterbein Cardinals.
Have you ever dreamed of traveling to Europe to study culture or going to Costa Rica to learn about life and Earth systems? Then register for our May term travel course now. All classes still have availability with subjects ranging from history, psychology, community change, and more, with locations that include Africa, China, Italy, and a variety of others. For more information on class topics and destinations, contact Jaron Hill.
The theater department's first production, Rent, will open September 24th and close October 3rd. The musical, which is based on the beloved opera The Bohemian, will be performed at the Frisch Theater at Cowan Hall. Tickets for the show will cost $25 and they can be purchased at the box office located in Cowan Hall. For more information about Rent or any of the other productions, call the box office or it can be found on Otterbein's website. Next week, on This Week at Otterbein, the football Cardinals begin the season in a less than thrilling fashion.
But first, here are some upcoming campus events to keep in mind when making your plans this week.
The history of Otterbein athletics is filled with great athletes. Throughout the decades, there have been countless All-Americans and All-OAC performers, yet only one can lay claim to being the only Otterbein athlete to be drafted by the National Basketball Association. And this week's Otterbein Historical Spotlight, we take a look at Don Carlos.
Historically, men's basketball has been the most successful team at Otterbein. Yet in the history of Otterbein hoops, only one player has ever been drafted by the National Basketball Association, and he almost didn't make it Otterbein. Don Carlos had been All-City League at Eastmore High School in Columbus, but had no college offers after high school. After 3 years of working in the electrical field, Don was passed over for a raise because of his lack of college experience. That's when he decided to do something about it.
I was watching Ohio State play on TV that night, and I said, I'm easily as good as those guys. And they all go into school for free. So I picked up the phone the next morning and called Ohio State. And I ended up talking to the freshman coach, Frank Truitt. He said, okay, we'll offer you a scholarship, but we can't do it in 1963. We're gonna do it, you've gotta wait a year. And I said, I don't wanna do that, Frank. And I said, I wanna go to school now. I need to get on with my life. And he said, look, I graduated from Otterbein. I'll make a call up there. I think they can help you. Mo Agler called me the next day and said, hey, come on up here. We got a place for you.
Otterbein had more than just a place for Don. They needed a star. The basketball team suffered through 9 straight losing seasons until Don arrived. He would start all 4 years and take the Cards to a 71-25 record, and the fans turned out in record to Old Alumni Gym to support the team.
First game, there were a few hundred people there. And the second game, it was a wild place. They had people lined up from Alumni Gym down to State Street trying to get in. So it was great.
Carlos was OAC Player of the Year in '66 and '67, and when he graduated, his 2,500 career points was a league record. One of Don's teammates was a young guard from London, Ohio named Dick Reynolds, who Don remembers as a different Reynolds than the one who coached Otterbein for 40 years.
I don't think he was as fiery. He wasn't as outspoken as he was as a coach. You know, Dick was a good player. He's a great athlete. He has 12 letters here. Both he and his brother were great athletes. Gary played also, but Dick started on the team. You know, he was a good, solid athlete, a good, solid player.
Don was drafted in the 1967 NBA draft by the Los Angeles Lakers. Almost 50 years ago, the draft process looked much different than it does now, as evident by how Don recalled finding out how he was drafted.
You know, I don't remember. I think somebody gave me a call or something like that. I certainly wasn't expecting it. You know, being a first-team All-American, you know, small college, wasn't that surprising, but I didn't expect it. I knew there had been some scouts, you know, from various NBA teams. I didn't know where I would fit, and it wasn't in my plans.
Don got a tryout with the Lakers, but realized they were looking for something else.
You know, I was in their camp, you know, the 1967, and they were looking for, you know, a point guard, and that wasn't me. You know, actually, as I look back on it and realized, I was a 2-guard before they invented it, because I was a scorer, not a ball handler. And Houston and the ABA had drafted me, so I played a year in the Eastern League and then went down to Houston and played there a year.
After playing professional basketball, owning Otterbein records to this day, and winning numerous individual awards, Don is still grateful to the alma mater that helped put him where he is today.
Otterbein changed mine. I mean, it went from here to here in just an instant, and it's been that way all my life.
For Otterbein TV, I'm David Kinder.
After an 0-3 start to the 2015 season, the women's soccer team picked up their first victory of the campaign and a road win over Ohio Wesleyan. In the 90th minute, an assist from Madison Birchfield off of Polly Sellers, scoring her second goal of the season to give the Cards a 1-0 lead. It was the only goal they needed to take the victory. The women's soccer team is back home this Saturday, taking on Manchester at Memorial Stadium at 2 o'clock. The Cardinal football team is on the road this week as they look to get their first victory of the season, taking on the Marietta Pioneers. The Pioneers also looking for win number 1 after losing the season opener to Denison. I got a chance to talk with second-year head coach of the Pioneers, Andy Waddle, about the upcoming matchup.
Thanks for joining us here on the program. Tough loss to Denison to open up the season. When you walked away from that game, what was the biggest need for improvement you saw on your team?
Well, I think, you know, like a lot of coaches in opening weeks, you saw too many mistakes, you know, out there on the football field. You know, I don't know that, you know, our problems were physical as much as what they were, you know, mental. We had a number of penalties. I think at the end of the game, we were the most penalized team, or tied for the most penalized team in the country in Division III, and you're not going to win a lot of football games doing that.
You return senior quarterback Lucas Havens this year. Otterbein is very familiar with him. He played against the Cardinals last year. What was your grade of your senior quarterback's performance in Week 1?
You know, Lucas, I think he had 2 interceptions and, you know, completed the ball for less than 50%. So, you know, just on that, you would be, you know, somewhat disappointed. We put Lucas in tough situations. You know, where I think most coaches are going to say, you know, you're not going to be successful at the same rate that you need to be. And that's, you know, really, truly long yardage situations, 1st and 20s, 2nd and 15s, 3rd and 15s. And those are just tough situations to be successful, and we were in too many of those.
Individually, the biggest bright spot has to be running back Nick O'Neal, Coach. He had almost 1,000 yards rushing the ball last year, 154 in the season opener. You had to be pleased that he picked up right where he left off.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Nick's a good football player. I mean, I think that everybody that watches us is going to see that Nick's a really good player, and he's going to cause people problems because of his size and his ability. And you know, we were excited to see, you know, him have some of the success that he had. Of course, he carried the ball, you know, 29 times. So, you know, you carry the ball that many times, you know, you're probably having some level of success.
Coach Waddle, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Best of luck to you and the rest of the Pioneers the rest of the season. Thank you.
No problem.
In other Cardinal athletics this week, the men's golf team plays in the Capital Invitational Saturday. Men's soccer will travel to Bluffton also on Saturday, and both the cross-country teams will compete in the Otterbein Invitational also on Saturday. So guys, a lot of athletics going on this week, and this is our last weekend before homecoming too. Very exciting.
Yeah, not a lot athletics here at Otterbein until next weekend, but lots of athletics.
Yeah.
With the exciting upcoming Otterbein debate, Cardinal versus Otter, Justin Jordan took to the campus to find out which mascot students will win in the end.
Cardinal, go Cards. But I think the Otter would be pretty cool.
Tradition, it's on the turf. We have a big suit with it.
1, they live in the ocean. Not being 2, we could get a cheer in like the suit section.
It can fly.
The suit or the bird?
The bird.
Okay.
It would be really super cute. I don't know any other schools that are otters. Like there's cardinals at other high schools and stuff, and colleges. Or are you guys always otters? Are you otters? And we always have to be like, no, like we're cardinals. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't really know. Because otters make sense. Like we should be like, Carderbine, not Otterbein. Go Otters. Yeah.
Well, it seems they're pretty split on the opinion of what mascot we should have.
Yeah, but so that's all for this week at Otterbein. Thanks for watching.